It's textbook colonial gaslighting to demand civility for a public figure who spent years denying people their humanity and promoting a death culture. Nobody should ever ask anyone who's been targeted for their race, for their gender, to unite with the people who are attempting to oppress them. No one owes any kind of empathy to people who platform hate, who promote racist ideologies, who incite harm against the most vulnerable. If you choose to extend grace, that's your choice, but it's not a moral requirement for the rest of us. And no one is obligated to respect views or opinions that oppress and incite violence against our communities. Now, I don't expect anybody to respect my views or opinions. You feel what I'm saying or you don't. And the idea that you have to show empathy to your oppressors or you're somehow contributing to the problem, the disunity, the dysfunction, the violence, that's a privileged view right there. I want to live in a world without violence for you, for your children, for my children, for all of our communities, but that's not a reality that we're living in. I live in a country that operates on state violence that has terrorized Indigenous communities across Turtle Island, and it's been like that since 1492. And it's happening all over the world. Right now, kids in Gaza, families are being starved to death. This sociopathic culture that we live in shows up in poverty that slowly kills people, corporations that poison the water and completely destroy the earth for profit. It's disgusting. This is a death culture that's been around for over 500 years, and it's dressed up as civilization. If you doubt that, ask our elders about the boarding school system that tore Native children from their families to erase their language, their customs, their culture. Thousands of little Native boys and girls were assaulted sexually by people with a Bible in one hand and a cross in another. We're living in the epitome of a death culture. Prove me wrong. There is nothing civilized about a culture that steals, enslaves, and destroys anything that represents life. And I have empathy, love, and compassion, but it's rightly directed. My empathy goes out to the children of Gaza who are currently being genocided. I have empathy toward the families who are being crushed by debt, single mothers, single fathers, people who are trying to raise their kids in a good way. My empathy and compassion goes out to immigrant families that are being separated and placed in concentration camps. Toward the people who are gaslit into believing that there's something wrong with them, that they're lazy, that they're stupid because of the color of their skin or because they're poor. I have empathy for the families and the victims of the MMIW crisis, for those who are victimized by settler violence. But I have zero empathy for people who use their power to incite hatred, division, and promote cruelty, who have no humanity. Not happening. The highest form of that colonial mindset is to identify with your oppressor, to have empathy for the people who are destroying your community, destroying your culture, to take on their values, to take on their death culture. That I will not participate in. And for the people who feel what I'm saying, don't let others gaslight you into believing that you're some kind of monster because you won't identify with one. It just means that you stand for life, for humanity, and you care about the suffering of people who are being smashed on by oppressors who care only about their wealth, care about their power. And we need more people like you.